Hi, beautiful people. How are ya? I'm Dr. Pammy Jean. I hope you're having a great day. Well, I wanted the ground to freeze so my dogs would stop tracking in the mud. I didn't want it to be 0-degree weather, but that's what we've been getting. I think it's gotten up to around 26 today, so that's something. Today is January 23rd. You won't see this until the 31st. So I'm not sure what the weather's going to be like on that Friday, but I doubt it's going to be warm spring weather. And what's really funny is that I even see our dogs cuddling together sometimes after they've come in from the outside cold. Today's topic involves a brief discussion on fibromyalgia, how diet can affect our symptoms, and the supplements we need to get to our best self. Before I talk about these wonderful things, let's look at the past research on fibromyalgia and where we are today. Some of you may be in the early stages of learning about this disease. So hopefully this brief discussion will help you. Then we'll move on to diet and the supplements that we need. So here we go. The symptoms of fibromyalgia include chronic widespread pain, tenderness, fatigue, sleep issues, difficulty with memory and concentration, we call fibrofog, and stiffness, among other symptoms like exercise intolerance, anxiety or depression, headache or migraine, or you may have one or more of the common overlapping conditions such as TMJ, POTS, interstitial cystitis, IBS, acid reflux or GERD, environmental or drug allergies, or sensitivities, tinnitus, Sjogren's syndrome, Hashimoto's disease, myofascial pain syndrome, bursitis, diabetes, and I could go on. But not too long ago, in 2003, fibromyalgia was considered a non inflammatory pain syndrome. It seems unlikely that we could get one or more of those overlapping conditions I mentioned, besides the common symptoms, if inflammation was not present. It's true that fibro is not an inflammatory condition in the present sense, or an autoimmune disease in the way that it's explained these days, but researchers have found some inflammation in the body and brain. Our symptoms were attributed to dysfunction in the central nervous system's nociceptive sensory processing. It was said that altered pain perception in fibro patients, generalized sensitivity to unpleasant stimuli, altered cognitive functions, and sleep disturbances are the common symptoms, and still today. However, researchers have shown in recent studies that inflammatory changes can lead to central sensitization and chronic pain. So that means that there is inflammation in our bodies that has potentially led to fibromyalgia. Since at least 2001, elevated levels of inflammatory cytokines such as IL 6 and decreased levels of anti-inflammatory cytokines like IL-10 explained the inflammatory component of fibro. And in another study, researchers discovered that increased serum levels, or in the blood, of IL-1RA antibody, IL-6, and IL-8 are higher in fibromyalgia patients and may contribute to pain. In addition, anti-inflammatory cytokines are decreased, which would also contribute to pain sensitivity. The role of IL-6 toward our symptoms of pain, fatigue, and depression has also been considered. Chemokines are found in fibromyalgia and hypothesized to contribute to central sensitization and the pathogenesis of fibro. Since fibromyalgia is a multifactorial disease, meaning there's a number of factors or causes where pro-inflammatory and central sensitization are playing a major role, then it stands to reason that treatment should include pharmacological and non-pharmacological approaches. A growing body of literature on non-pharmacological treatment strategies, such as nutrition, may provide beneficial effects on fibromyalgia, including potentially a vegan and vegetarian diet. For a diet to work on fibromyalgia symptoms, it needs to lower inflammation and reduce our pain. Anti-inflammatory effects of foods can help with our irritable bowel syndrome problems and gastrointestinal disorders. But can a diet help with pain? We've discussed the low FODMAP diet, gluten-free diet, ketogenic diet, low glycemic index, and paleo. We haven't discussed vegetarian. But before I begin, I don't believe there is one diet out there that helps everyone. So far, the diets we have discussed will help us to lose weight and lower our blood sugar levels. We just have to stick to them. Vegetarians consume large amounts of grains, fruits, vegetables, legumes, and nuts. Although the health benefits of these food components have been widely researched, there's no consensus on their anti-inflammatory effects. According to a meta-analysis of vegan and vegetarian diets, the benefits depend on the type of food eaten. That makes sense to me. Alcohol, caffeine, foods containing refined sugar, corn syrup, refined or hydrogenated oil, refined flour, dairy, eggs, and all meat cannot be eaten on a vegetarian diet. Actually, vegans don't eat dairy or eggs. Some vegetarians do. I can certainly see how eating this way could be beneficial. Researchers reviewed 6 studies in 2005 and found that significant improvements in quality of life, pain, sleep quality, anxiety, depression, and general health were found in fibromyalgia patients. That's amazing. In this review, however, researchers discovered that to improve fibromyalgia symptoms, physical exercise and having an energy deficit are necessary. That's hard to understand because elevated BMI levels have been directly linked to increased pain and functional status in fibromyalgia patients. I think that I would modify the vegetarian diet a little because I do love eggs. I don't see their harm. I've put 10 pounds back on after all that weight I lost. I need to get it off. I feel better when I'm thinner, and especially when I exercise, like vacuuming and mopping my floors. They seem to not be quite as difficult. Don't get me wrong, though. These things still cause me to sit down in agony, but less weight is always easier on my body. I suppose that in part is why I like swimming. That buoyancy feels wonderful. You're light, you don't weigh anything. It's fun. But it's not just the diet. Dieting alone isn't enough. We need to keep moving, but we also need supplemental treatment, such as the following: vitamin D, preferably D3, provides a modulation of nociceptive transmission in our skeletal muscles and provides an anti inflammatory effect and affects serotonin levels. Magnesium. People with fibro are known to have low magnesium levels, so taking magnesium can reduce inflammation and help with exercise fatigue, prevent central sensitization, regulate ATP production and muscle function, regulate hormone function, regulate norepinephrine, which is known to be overproduced in fibro, and regulate the various nerve receptors such as NMDA and 5-HT3, which are involved in the development of neuropathic pain experienced by fibro patients. A very, very important supplement. B12 inhibits inflammation, reduces pain perception, and stimulates the regeneration of damaged nerves. Coenzyme Q10 plays a role in managing mitochondrial function. This is our energy regulator. I did a whole video on mitochondrial function in fibromyalgia. It's worth looking at that. I'll put a link to that video in the description section. Probiotics. This is a no-brainer if you have IBS, and about 70% of us with fibromyalgia have IBS. Probiotics can improve IBS as well as anxiety and depression. I also have explained how to find a good probiotic. I'm taking seed. I found success, but it's been gradual. I've been taking it for about a year now. The human microbiome is made up of bacteria, fungi, viruses, protists, and other microbes. The vast majority of them reside in our gut, which is why we say gut health or gut microbiome. Our microbiome constantly changes to external factors like diet and exercise, sleep and medicine, and it's completely unique to us. The strains are what I was looking for in a pre-probiotic, so I feel confident of its benefits. I'll share more with you in the near future. Lipids. Omega-3 fatty acids target neuroinflammation and contribute to fibromyalgia pain relief, fatigue, and improved sleep quality by influencing endocannabinoid production and balancing saturated and unsaturated fats. This is really important to me right now since I've stopped taking the SAT medication. Melatonin, a potent antioxidant, plays a role in regulating processes such as circadian rhythms, pain modulation, mood, and immune balance. And I have no idea how to pronounce this, so I'll just say SAM-E. It regulates gene expression. That's a good thing because people with fibro are known to have our genes can change their course. Pain modulation, inflammation reduction, neuroprotection, and synergistic effects. Acetyl L-carnitine modulates neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine and acts as a mood regulator. It targets nerve growth factor and metabotropic glutamate receptors. It's an antioxidant that protects against oxidative stress and acts as an antidepressant along with duloxetine. It works as a memory and brain supplement. I mean, we've only got one brain. Curcumin provides anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, decreases production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, and modulates neuroinflammation. So let me just do a little plug here. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And I have links to all of these supplements in the description section. High quality products are important for our health, and I hope you'll choose one of the products in this discussion. I'm an Amazon partner and will receive a small amount of your purchase. Thank you so much for your support. To conclude, our diet matters, and to support the proper functioning of our body, sometimes we need supplements. I don't take all of these that I've listed, but I do take quite a few of them. And pure encapsulations are my favorite. I do plan on trying each one out over time. But if you take one of these or you order from me or you already have them, please let us know how you feel about them. I mean, we're interested. I hope you learned something. I send you gentle hugs and support. Love you. We're pro regulate and